Yo, what is going on, guys? We back with another video. Appreciate y'all coming back because now it's time to get into the video. These are 10 ways you can get ahead in your college course. Let's get into it right now. So the first way to get ahead in your college course is to stay organized. Having organizers, planners, pens, paper, backpack. Even pull out your phone and use the calendar. I'm speaking specifically to something like staying organized. That way you can get down when you got your assignment, when it's due. Essentially write down details like how hard you're gonna study. Now that might be pushing it, but like that happens. Here's our next way to get ahead in your college course. Our next way on how you can get ahead in your college courses is by participating. Participating in class by engaging in conversation and other ways of participation in the classroom is vital whenever you are trying to get ahead in class. This way you can be current on the views of your instructor and other students. With this information, it'll allow you to configure different type of solutions to some of the problem-solving questions that are being asked in that class. Whether it's problem-solving, equations, things of that nature. You'll have a little bit more information than your Joe on the side, if that makes sense. Let's get into our next way that you can get ahead in your college courses. So the next way you can get ahead in your college course is by taking good notes. I mean, at one point in time, you should be taking notes so good that you find yourself at the supermarket buying notebooks. That, honestly, that is how good of notes you're supposed to be taking in class. Now, some people can get by doing the minimal, but if you are taking real notes, you're gonna be flying through notebooks from personal experience and from the others of my fellow peers. But besides that, you should be taking great notes. This is a great way that you can reference these notes outside of class the morning before you go to school, or even during your class breaks, reviewing these, because these notes are very vital to your learning process and how you learn as a student. Because if you're a beginner student, taking notes at that level is going to be very beneficial, especially it earns you XP, experience points in the classroom, big time experience points. Let's get into our next way that you can get ahead in your college courses. Well, just then we were talking about good notes and how you should be referencing them regularly can get you ahead in your college courses. Now, studying regularly is often looked at as time consuming, but that time that you're using studying, there's a difference between cramming and studying. Now, you could be studying and absorbing everything that's coming off the page. You could be cramming and just kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. But if you find yourself studying regularly, you're going to be in class dominating. You're going to be knowing the answers to all the questions. We did talk about participation. So whenever the teacher asks a question, you're going to raise your hand. You're going to be the first one, maybe second, but maybe the first one to raise their hand and answer that question correctly. I guess that's kind of what you're going to be wanting to need to do in that situation. That's why studying regularly is ideal whenever you would want to get ahead. This is when we're speaking to getting ahead in class, gets you ahead in class. Let's talk about our next way to get ahead taking college courses. So not only are you studying, but the power of our next way to get ahead in college courses is expanding. Forming studying groups is ideal whenever you would like to get ahead in college courses, because they always say that the more the merrier. So if everyone is like-minded, studying for the same reasons, do you not believe that you will come out of that study group 10 times or maybe 5 times more aware and intelligent than your fellow classmates? The power of a study group is the difference between getting a C and an A. That is the difference a study group can make for you. Now, since we're trying to get ahead in class, you may already be staying organized, things of that nature. In the grand scheme of things, you could keep the same study group throughout the entire college experience. And maybe sometimes you guys will be studying different subjects, but their experiences from other subjects and your experiences from your subjects creates what some people call a mastermind. Let's talk about the next way you can get ahead in college courses. Use resources. Use resources. textbook, the open office during their opening hours, online, the library. These are great resources to take advantage of while you are under the college dean eye. These resources can catapult you from one end of the grade spectrum to the other end of the grade spectrum. That's simply because a lot of creativity and one's own preference comes to play that type of situation. You go to the library, you're looking through books. Maybe you want a book on sociology, but they have 10. You can find the one that fits your aesthetic a little better than one that has been given to you from the school directly. So that's a great way to take advantage of what your preferences are and how you consume information differently than someone else. So what I'm saying here is, whether you're going to the office for tutor help or getting the same period as your friend for lunch breaks so that you guys can study for a particular test that you both are taking. Resources are important, especially in the college, university setting. Let's get into our next way to get ahead in taking your college courses. Now that you're getting information in the way that you prefer it most, be curious. I would describe the way of getting ahead in your college courses. Being curious. So you're finding different mediums for information. Maybe you're curious as to why you're being taught something. Go ahead, dive deep into a book. Dive deep into the online space. Dig a little deeper and see maybe the root origin of what it is you're being taught. Maybe it'll make the world of sense to you. That is why being curious, one of the higher end ways to get ahead in your college courses, because it brings meaning and understanding to what you're being taught. This is our next way on how to get ahead in your college courses. Now, since you've decided to explore reasons and whys and things of that nature through education, the next way to get ahead while taking college courses is to manage your time, because it's easy to get misdirected while browsing the web on certain topics about the culture and education you're receiving. What's even crazier is procrastination. So one moment you're researching the theory of pi, the next moment you're watching Kai do dances on stage. Now that, on the other end, might take a bit longer than it was to research anything about pi, which naturally that's going to happen because the nature of each beast is a little different for a lot of people. But what I'm saying is, with time management, you'll be able to do both and still get ahead in your college courses. One way to time manage is to set a timer. You can set a timer. You study for 45 minutes, then watch your favorite anime for 15 minutes. I don't know about you, but 15 minutes of a kick like anime will have me jump started for the next study round. Anywho, let's get into the next way that you can get ahead in your college courses. Staying healthy. Staying healthy is the next way you can use to get ahead in college. Eat well. Get some good Z's. Groom yourself. All these things play a pivotal part in trying to outlast the education system. If you're in it for the long haul and you're trying to get ahead, these are basic for getting ahead in college courses. Staying healthy. Wake up in the morning. Take a shower. Just basics. Don't starve yourself. I mean, just the basics is what I'm saying. I mean, I can't stress the basics anymore. That's a great way to outlast the educational system. Let's get into our next way on how you can get ahead while attending college. Staying positive. In college, you have to stay positive because essentially there are gonna be report cards that come out that you're not gonna be too proud of. You might even think to yourself, is this really for me? But you have to stay positive. You know, you think, I'm gonna get myself out of this hole by forming studying groups, by staying healthy, being curious, by using resources, just like the list goes on, staying positive. And while staying positive, keep in mind, whether you know it or not, there's somebody counting on you. And there's somebody hating on you. Maybe a lot of people hating on you. Change your narrative, be positive. Let's get through this. That was my last way to overcome adversity in the college setting. Getting ahead in your college courses, like it's always been, non-fictional. Check it out.